So here's the truth about MSNR you do not know about. So today I'm going to teach you how to trade using support and resistance, and of course you can incorporate this with any other concept like ICT concept, smart money concept, and so on. All right, so without further ado, let's dive right in. So first thing first, we need to understand what a storyline is, because storyline is the foundation of understanding the directional bias using MSNR. All right, so first what we need to do is, for example, we need to see a market rejecting a zone. So usually this could be a daily rejection on here. So for example, we have this as a rejection. All right, so let's say, assuming this was a candle, all right, assuming this was a candle, we need a rejection. We need a rejection here, a weak rejection from this zone, right? Rejecting this. So when we find this, all next thing we need to understand is we need to go to X2 time frame. In this case, this becomes 4 hours. All right, so we want to find any of this, or we want to see something like this happening, you know, as a break of structure. Now this is very important. Now what happens if you are able to confirm your bullish storyline? If you are able to confirm your bullish storyline, the next important thing is for you to check the opposite of that particular storyline. The opposition of that particular storyline becomes your target, because price will likely move from a daily storyline to a daily storyline, weekly storyline to weekly, 4 hour to 4 hour, as the case may be. So you need to pay attention to all of these details, because as we move to the chart, these are the things we want to work with. So without further ado, let's check the chart. So first thing first is, well, like we said, we need to go to the higher time frame, because the higher time frames are stronger time frames as it is. So first, what do we have here? We have a daily rejection. So what does this mean? It means that, okay, price might likely want to go to the upside, but we don't know yet. But how can we know? We have to wait for 4 hour time frame break of structure or change of character, as it were. All right, so in order to do that, we go to the 4 hour time frame and we check very well. So this was the top and this was the break. So automatically, so when we are looking for the break, we use the body of the candle, which is the normal ICT CISD. All right, so that's exactly what we have there. The next thing you want to do is you need to mark out your key levels. So for example, we have a key level here, right? And this is an open close key level. This is an extreme key level, or which is what we call the V-shape classic SNR level, and of course this is the break of structure, and we also have the QM here. Okay, so seeing that these two are close by, we could actually mark something like this, and maybe we check and wait for price to get there. Now another thing you need to understand is inducement. Inducement is also very important when it comes to trading the MSNR. Okay, so let's play price and see. Now let's go to the 1 hour time frame first. So on the 1 hour time frame, what do we see? We have this zone as our inducement, so let's annotate that as our inducement. So which zones do we have for entry? We have this zone for entry, we have this zone for entry. Okay, so of course we are going to use the closest to inducement as our entry level. So what do? We simply wait patiently. All right, and of course if you want to enter, it has to be somewhere here, and you place your stop loss a little bit below that, and of course you target this high and potentially this high. So in this scenario, this is a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. All right, so let's see and let's allow price to do its thing. Of course, so we have a break of structure on here as well. So this is a break of structure, right? So if price gives us because remember that we just started the bullish storyline, right? So if price give us reason to enter, we can as well enter. Otherwise, we simply wait patiently for price to do its thing. Okay, so as you can see, that's a massive push to the downside. And if we go to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, what we have after the break, right? We have this zone. Of course, we could say we have this zone as inducement, as it were, right? Right, so something like that. So as you can see, that was a nice push and nice reaction from where? From this key level. And of course, it's actually from this particular key level here. But seeing that both of them were close, if I'm taking my trade here, I will have to also consider this one, the second one as well. And maybe you can place your stop there. But of course, the initial place we place our stop loss was actually very okay. Now this is very important to pay keen attention to. All right, so in order for you to trade another day, you need to check what's happening on the higher time frame. And of course, we have multiple break of structure on here, right? So this is a break and this is a breakout. Now the same thing can apply to all of this. First, let's check the daily. The reason why we're checking the daily, where is price coming from? So this is exactly where price is coming from. We can do the same thing, repeat again, and we have, of course, our break of structure on there. So we simply wait for our inducement to form. So once our inducement form, in this case we have this as inducement, of course, and we can as well enter off of this zone, just the way we said it, right? First, you have to mark out your areas of value. Your areas of values are very important, right? This is an area of value, that's an area of value as well. And we also have this. Yep, so of course this is a valid inducement that we might want to also wait and see price take out before we enter. So we can enter from any of these zones, any of this area is still going to be valid. All right, so of course let's put this as entry. All right, so of course, now what if you enter here? Let's see now, all of these zones, like I'm saying, these are valid areas where you can potentially look for your setups, right? Now, the most important thing is for you to get the logic of our setup, right? You can see it right there, and that's a nice push to the upside as always. And of course, where is your next target? Your next target will have to be the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hours. Now this is your next target on there. All right, and of course price did what? Traded into our take profit level. Is it? Yeah, yes, with full momentum. So you see, understanding this simple Malaysian support and resistance concept, you can do a whole lot with it. Now let me show you something. If you trade other strategy, and you can actually implement this as well. This is quite simple and straightforward. Okay, so for example, this area, now remember I said in my previous 2 videos that price does just 2 things. Price provide fair value or seek liquidity. So it's either price is providing fair value or seeking liquidity. So for example, when we have our break here, that's a normal break of structure on there. What do we have? We have a fair value gap here. The reason why there's a fair value gap there is simply because there is no fair value in the market, thus we now have it as a gap, right? So that's why it's called fair value gap. Now I'm not going to dive right in depthly on fair value gap. I just wanted to show you how possible you could implement this as well, right? So that's a fair value gap. For example, what we have here, we have what? We have a key level on there, and where the price used it, right, and push to the upside just like that. Okay, so of course you need to put in a framework, you need to put in a context to this. And of course the reason why I'm just showing you this, because we already have our context, right? And of course this is a fair value gap. So what happened, what are we expecting after price reject giving us our storyline? We need to expect price to continue to that direction, and to do that we could use this simple fair value gap method. So you see that literally almost all our entry we have fair value gap, but the most important thing is that using MSNR you tend to enter as early as possible, because this is more like a continuation setup. And of course you can see an overlapping of MSNR key level. Look at that. So this one did not. Okay, yeah, we have an overlapping on there, and that's where price is reacting from. Now I know this video might not be too long, but it's something that if you study and you go to your charts, you are going to thank me for making this video for you. All right, so in case you really want to learn more, I urge you to join the Komepips mentorship, and the full detail is in the video description. All right, see you on the profitable side of the market.